America's Civil War. The Civil War was fought between 1861 and 1865. It was the deadliest war in U.S. history, and an event that changed the nation forever. Trouble had been brewing for many years leading up to the war. There was growing tension between the northern and southern parts of the country. The United States were not so united. One big issue was slavery. By the middle of the 1800s, most states in the North had made slavery illegal, but many states in the South still allowed people to own slaves. Millions of slaves were forced to work on plantations, helping to grow cotton and other crops. The Southern economy depended on slavery. In November of 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected America's 16th president. People in the South were not happy about it. Lincoln had already spoken out against slavery in some of his speeches. Many Southerners feared he would try to ban slavery across the U.S. Even before Lincoln could be sworn in as president, some Southern states seceded or broke away from the U.S. They formed a new nation that they called the Confederate States of America, or the Confederacy. Over time, 11 states would join the Confederacy. They chose their own president, a man named Jefferson Davis, and wrote their own constitution. Lincoln thought it was his highest duty to preserve the Union, to keep the U.S. together as one nation. But the split between the North and the South turned violent. On April 12, 1861, fighting broke out at Fort Sumter, South Carolina. The Civil War had begun. At first, no one thought the conflict would last very long, but they were wrong. For 4 long years, Americans fought against one another in 50 major battles and hundreds of smaller ones. Some of those who fought were African American soldiers who were allowed to join the Union Army starting in 1862. Others were women who disguised themselves as men in order to join the armies. Boys, some as young as 13, signed up to fight, lying about their ages to join the battle. By the war's end, more than 620,000 soldiers had died, some from injuries they received on the front lines, others from terrible diseases that swept through the ranks of the two armies. The major fighting finally ended on April 9, 1865, when Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered to Union General Ulysses S. Grant in Virginia. President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated less than a week later, but he died knowing that the U.S. would be reunited at last. Over the next several years, the Southern states rejoined the Union, and the nation began to heal.